Hi Libra, welcome back to Music Messages Tarot. I hope you're all doing really well. This is going to be a twin flame reading for the sign of Libra, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You do not have to be a Libra. You can have Libra influence in your chart or just find that you resonate with this video. Your person may be a Libra. Like I said, you may just find that you resonate with the messages that come through today. But it is going to be for the twin flame collective, okay? So before we get started, we're just going to clear our space. Okay, hope everybody's having a really great start to their week. So this top row here that I pull first, it usually resonates more with the divine feminine energy for your twin flame connection. So whoever identifies more with the divine feminine energy, the top row most likely will resonate with you more. It's not always the case, but I have found that the top row is usually my divine feminine energy, and the bottom row usually resonates more with divine masculine. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know today. Libra, the first message to come through is holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So this might be a time where you need to focus on being lighthearted, focus on activities that bring you joy, peace of mind, that allow you to drop any seriousness or heaviness that you may be feeling, particularly around your connection. I myself am a Libra, so part of this may resonate with me as well. The energy of the past couple of weeks has felt a little bit Nine of Swords-ish. I've mentioned that on quite a few other twin flame videos I've done. The divine feminine energy that I'm picking up is a little anxiety ridden, more so than I normally pick up for the divine feminine side. And I feel that there's a little bit of a seriousness or a heaviness that some of us are carrying, in particular in regards to our connection with our twin or with our person. So this might just be a message from Spirit telling you to kind of ease up on that a little bit. Try to do things that get your mind off of whatever is worrying you. It's also a message letting you know there really isn't a need for you to be in that Nine of Swords anxiety type energy, but that you could definitely benefit from some lighthearted or relaxing type activities. This might mean taking a short vacation or traveling somewhere for a long weekend. If you can't do those things, then just finding time in your day to include activities that allow you to clear your mind. Taking a bath, particularly spiritual baths, they're always really helpful for me. I really enjoy music. Those are some things that might help you as well. Or just something like the way this fairy on the card looks. She looks very like she's enjoying the outdoors. So something that might help you connect to nature. If you're a water or ocean lover, or maybe there's a lake you like to visit, any of those types of outdoor activities that help you release the burdens you may be carrying with you, that's a good idea right now during this time. Those types of activities are a good idea to participate in right now. And then it says it says healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. I get that for some of you, this person may be someone you've already connected with in the past, okay? So your person, you might know who your person is in 3D. In fact, many of us do. And this might be a connection that was in separation for a long time and possibly is coming into a period where you and your person are beginning to heal the connection with one another. I'm getting that for many of you, communication is imminent if it hasn't already started between you and your person. And that you and this other person in your connection, most likely the divine masculine energy, you are going to be communicating from a more healed perspective on both ends, okay? You've both gone through your own individual journeys. You've both gone through your individual time of doing shadow work. And I think it's time for many of you, for the two of you, to begin coming together in a more healed way. So if you do hear from this person, you may even find that you don't necessarily recognize them or their energy fully at first, because in some ways they might seem to have transformed. They might seem to have transformed into like a different, more positive version of themselves. Divine Feminine, we know that you've been doing that inner work and that shadow work, so this most definitely applies to your energy as well. And I'm also just picking up that when you do communicate with this person, your connection is going to go through a time period of healing as well. Okay? And we have perfect timing. This is my divine timing card for this deck. This is the right time for you to move forward. I get that for many of you, communication and even union may be coming up very, very quickly. But this is also just for your energy, Divine Feminine. You need to let go a little bit of whatever stress is kind of plaguing you right now. Like I said, I resonated as a Divine Feminine, and in particular with the Libran energy. So probably this video is going to resonate with me the most. And I myself have been feeling that stressful Nine of Swords, kind of heavy, burdensome energy over the past couple weeks. And I think Spirit just wants us to know it's okay to let go. It's okay to include these activities that allow us to release those negative type feelings, because we're actually coming into a lot of our own personal healing, and that's happening in divine timing, but also our connection is also coming into a time period of healing with our divine masculine. In fact, some of you, when you do begin to communicate, you may continue to kind of heal your counterpart. You've done your own personal healing on each side of the connection here individually, but when you come together, you two are, I'm getting for a lot of you, are going to continue that healing work for each other. Okay, you're going to be bringing this healing energy to the other person, and this is all happening in divine timing. So that is really exciting. I'm seeing the month of July, so that might be important for maybe that's when your person's birth date is, or it could be significant in terms of your connection. So something important may be happening in July. Okay, so we have harmony here, another beautiful energy. This is a very Libran energy. And this is pulling on the divine masculine side a little bit. So your divine masculine is coming into harmony with his internal feminine and masculine energies. Okay, as he's doing that shadow work, he's balancing those different parts of himself. Okay, and we know that as that happens on both ends of the spectrum here, that is what allows union to take place. So a really beautiful energy to start off with. We also have Palo Santo, Guardian. Okay, so I feel that for many of your masculines, they may be continuing to rid themselves of some of the toxicity that they're still dealing with. For the most part, they are in harmony with their internal energies, but I don't think they're quite up to your level yet, Divine Feminine. I think some of them are still working on a little bit more of their shadow side and their shadow selves than you would have to do, because you've ascended past that already. But for some of them, this could be in the form of karmic relationships or external behaviors that they're still ridding themselves of. For other divine masculines that you're dealing with, this could mean that they have to go inward and do more shadow work. Some of them may still be thinking a little bit more through their ego or through their logical mind to kind of make sense of this connection than they would otherwise once they've kind of worked through all of that shadow work. Okay, and once they've really healed completely. I get that most of them are about 80 to 90% there, but they just have this little lingering piece that still needs to be worked on just a little bit. But then we have the Rose card, which is indicative of love. In this deck, I equate it to the Lover's card. I'm going to read a little bit from the book for this card because it is such a beautiful message. If you can see on the imagery of the card, there's some imagery indicating that this has been a painful process for the two of you, but that you're now ready to come into union. And you can see all the colors and the types of images that are included on this card. It's very typical of a loving relationship and a romantic connection coming into completion, coming into fruition. So I am going to read from the book on this card because it is such a beautiful meaning. A lot of beautiful energies here today, Libra, for your twin flame connection. I think this is one of the most beautiful readings I've done this month so far for twin flame. The number 12, I mean, all of these cards are numbered, but for some reason the 12 is standing out to me here, so that might be a birth month, or it might be significant to you for another reason. The meaning of this card, upright, is union, bliss, unconditional love, merging with the other, oneness, nourishment, and purity. So I don't think you can ask for a more positive energy here as we're talking about a twin flame union possibly coming together. It says, it is time to allow for greater love in your life. Allow the dance of trust and intimacy to heal and open your heart. Like the rose, you are rising from harsh soil through the path of thorns and challenges as you grow and blossom in your spiritual journey. Look deep into your heart and see where you might need more love and affection. The white dove, pictured on the card here, reminds us that through childlike trust, we can navigate the most challenging of pathways with an undertone of joy and presence. Remember, you understand how love is the doorway, and through this sacred embodiment, you are able to birth anything into manifestation. Let all creativity, all sexual and nurturing connection be attuned to the vibrational powers of unconditional love. And normally, like I said before, I would take this bottom row to indicate what the divine masculine is going through or what he may need to work on currently. In this particular reading, just because of what I've been picking up from on the divine feminine side, I mean, we know that both sides are interconnected and they influence each other. But even more directly in this case, I think both sides, the feminine and the masculine, need to work on allowing yourselves to be open enough to trust the process and not to become too guarded at any point. All right, I feel like on both sides, I'm kind of picking up this energy of being overly guarded and possibly even suspicious and worried about trusting the other person, trusting if, you know, the other person is going to fall back into old patterns, if, you know, allowing whatever residual inner wounds either of you has to continue triggering you in some way. So for example, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, those types of things, like allowing that to resurface. Because I think you just, both sides need to be mindful of that, because that's going to prevent union from taking place. But there is a beautiful energy here. We have this harmonious energy and this energy of a romantic union coming together. We have the divine timing card. I mean, really just a lot of beautiful energy here. The only two things I'm kind of sensing is that, like I said, both sides need to be a little bit less guarded. I think the divine feminine could benefit from some either lighthearted activities, some self-care activities, something that allows you to connect with your inner child a little bit more and release this 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords kind of anxiety and burden that you may be feeling. And I do think the divine masculine is going to need to work a little bit more on his shadow self, or ridding his life of whatever toxic or karmic people or patterns, still causing a little bit of friction in your connection, okay? But other than that, you know, I think there was one other sign where I said union may be really imminent. Libra, I'm picking up on a union happening very, very soon. Like I said, I saw the month of July before, and I wouldn't be surprised if you and your person came together by then. So beautiful energies. Let's just get some direct messages from your divine masculine's higher self. Shuffle one more time. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. I am better with my mind than my heart. So like I said before, still thinking through his logical mind a little bit, allowing his ego to control some of what comes through. That's probably what part of this toxicity here that needs to be purified. I don't know where to start. So because he is still thinking logically in some cases and not fully leaning into his emotional self, he finds himself to be roadblocked. As he tries to participate in this process, he's actually causing his own roadblocks at times as he's trying to take the reins in a logical sense versus allowing himself to relax into his deeper emotions and just kind of let them guide the process, okay? That doesn't mean that this is going to be something that holds up your union. It just might cause a little bit of friction, and it might influence the timeline for some of you. There are some cases where your divine masculine doesn't always feel like he can make you happy. That is part of this shadow work that he's continuing to do. This is a very direct message. It's pretty self-explanatory too. Yeah, some of them are fantasizing about you. Some of them are having very passionate thoughts and feelings right now. That's kind of overwhelming to them. But it's also one of the driving forces in their motivation to come together with you and reconnect with you and communicate with you. Again, a little bit of self-doubt. It says, why is it that you love me here? And it's landing right on the Palo Santo card. So I feel like there's some inner wounding here that still needs to be addressed as part of the shadow work that your masculines are doing. But like I said, they are participating in the work at this point. They're doing the work. They're taking the steps that they need to come towards you. And how could you ever forgive the mess I've made? Earlier, when we got the healing card from the Fairy Oracle deck, I said that I picked up a sense that many of you, not for everybody, but many of you have been in a relationship with your person in the past, and it maybe hasn't been the most positive relationship, and you've had kind of a messy road up until this point. So some of them are thinking about how to heal that, thinking about how to make it up to you, all right? But they are very heavily motivated to do that, Libra, and they, in many cases, are going to be coming towards you in a very 3D way very, very soon for many of you, okay? I hope this resonated with you. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, it would really help our channel grow. I would love to hear about your twin flame journey and connection in the comments. Other than that, I'm sending you peace and harmony, and I hope to see you in the next video, Libra. Bye-bye.